Hello and welcome to my next video, how to be prepared for job interviews over the phone. The cool thing about phone interviews is that you can be prepared and you can keep all the papers that you've prepared before the interview right in front of you during the interview. It's also cool that you don't have to get dressed up. You need to feel dressed up, so if it makes you feel better to put on a button-up shirt, then you could do that, but you don't have to. They can't see you. But you do want to prepare yourself and get all the information about the job and the company. Write down any questions that you might have and keep these papers in front of you along with your resume while you take the call. Here are some common questions you could be prepared for. Some of the questions are going to be really easy because they're like screener questions. Are you over 18? Are you an American citizen? Can you lift 50 pounds? I know it says life on here, but can you lift 50 pounds? Do you have transportation to work? What is your availability? What days and hours can you work? Not your preferred schedule, but what are you available to work? And then some of the questions might be a little bit harder. It really depends on the company. Some people do short phone interviews, some people do longer. They might ask you to talk a little bit about yourself, in which case they're talking about your work and your work style. So when they say, tell me a little bit about yourself, you want to mention how many years experience you have or your work style, like you're a really hard worker and you like to stay busy, things like that. And then also they may ask you if you have any experience in that specific type of work. If you do, that's great. Talk about it a little bit. Yes, I've did it for 5 years, or I've done that at this other company. But if not, and that's okay too, say no, but I'm excited to learn. Make sure that you pronounce your words clearly so that the person can understand you on the other end. And smile when you talk. It comes through, I promise. Plus, you'll feel more confident when you're smiling over the phone. Use a calm and polite tone of voice. Make sure that you're very, very polite in the conversation, saying hello, good morning, please and thank you, and don't forget to smile when you talk. If you're calling them, you want to state your name and tell them why you're calling. Hello, my name is whatever, and I'm calling for a job interview. Or what happens most of the time is that they are calling you. So hopefully you knew that they were going to call you, and you answer the phone by saying, hello, this is Nancy. You want to say your name so that they know automatically who they're talking to. So that's how I answer my work phone. Hi, this is Nancy. Or good morning, this is Nancy. Like that. And lift your voice at the end, like Nancy, like that. Hello, instead of saying, hello, this is Nancy. Hello, this is Nancy. It's like downbeat. You want to lift it up a little bit and say, hello, this is Nancy. Or good afternoon, this is Nancy. Like that. You want to lift your voice at the end of your greeting. While you're on the call, you want to listen carefully. Pay attention to what the interviewer is saying. It's tough because you're trying to come up with answers and you might be nervous, but listen carefully to what they're asking you so that you give the right answers to the right questions. If you don't understand something, just politely ask, could you please repeat that? They'll repeat it for you, and that also gives you a couple extra seconds to come up with your answer. Answer your questions confidently. When they ask you a question, take a moment to think. You can say something like, that's a good question, while you're thinking of the answer. Speak clearly and give honest and concise answers. Concise means that you answer the whole question with as few words as possible. Do not ramble, make complete sentences. Never just answer a question with a simple yes or no. Always want to say a little bit more than that when it's a interview question. Don't just say yes or no. Usually towards the end of the interview, the interviewer will ask you if you have any questions for them. Like, what would my responsibilities be in this job? Or what is the dress code? Or what's the next step in the hiring process? Those are all great questions, but the important thing to remember with this one is make sure they have not already answered the question you're asking. Like, what would be my responsibilities in this job? If they've already told you that, or you already have the job description, then that would not be an appropriate question to ask. If they've already told you about the dress code, then you would not want to ask about the dress code. Make sure you do not ask a question that has already been answered, or it will sound like you were not paying attention. So be careful about that. At the end of the interview, make sure to say thank you. Thank you for talking with me. I look forward to hearing from you. Really hope to work with you someday. Things like that. Be very pleasant and nice, because you know you are pleasant and nice. You want to make sure that they understand that too. If you have time, practice before the interview. Practice with a family member or a friend from another room or even from another house. Get a list of common questions for phone interviews and have them ask you those questions so that you can practice over the phone. Make sure you smile while you talk. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your next phone interview. You're gonna crush it. Good job.